Alright, this is the first ever episode of Drew and Eddie Eat and Talk. What are we eating, bro?
Well, I have a Gatorade.
What a great start.
And I have some Lifesaver gummies.
This is a phenomenal start.
We're eating real American cuisine.
Amen. I do have some organic honey.
He is squeezing honey. He did bring a bottle of honey and made me carry it, even.
Yeah.
He made me carry it.
Okay. I think it's important to mention, I'm Eddie.
I'm Drew.
Like, I almost was like, maybe I shouldn't mention that part.
Maybe I should leave that as a mystery for the audience.
Which one's Drew and which one's Eddie? Alright, well, what do we talk about now?
I think we should, I don't know. I guess we should talk about AI.
Fuck it, let's talk about AI, bro. Okay, would you like to give some background as to why we're talking about AI? And why it matters to you?
I don't know, just after using Claude, especially lately, I'm more and more convinced that AI is going to really change the way our world functions, and I'm pretty convinced it's going to be more significant than most people think. I think it's going to change labor. I think it's going to change our day-to-day lives very intimately.
What are some of the, like, specific events that you remember that contributed to that?
Of, like, thinking that?
Yeah, like an interaction you had where you were like, whoa, this could serve the population really well.
I think, like, talking to it about being able to talk to it about anything at any time. Like, if you have an emotional issue, you can just kind of talk to it, and it's pretty good. And it's, I remember, like, I think what really persuaded me, like, the kind of a tipping point for me in AI was when I saw a paper saying that peer-reviewed studies had found that AI could be an effective therapist. And I was like, holy shit, if they can actually replace therapists, which is a really complicated job, like, what else are they going to do? And then it kind of led to a lot more thinking about how much AI could potentially replace, learning a lot more about it.
For me, it just feels like it'll make everything easy. Like, easy, bro.
Yeah?
Like, let's say I'm gonna be a teacher. I know people that are teachers. I got family that are teachers, bro. Right? And they're already training them to use AI to build lesson plans. Fucking wild. It just makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna be a lot less stressed.
I hope so, man. It would be nice for everybody to be less stressed.
Dude, yeah. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people just need to chill out.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I think we need to relax a bit.
Do you want to talk about that?
We can. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of feels like a lot of people are very high-strung, very worried, very anxious, very depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of statistical evidence to support that. They're more depressed than I think ever before. Like, when we started recording national rates of depression, I'm pretty sure we're at the worst point, I believe.
It's because people know too much.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's true.
And social media.
Yeah, social media.
We're just exposed to too much negative information. It's overloading our negativity bias.
Yeah, I would say so. I think we aren't really meant to see everything that's going on in the world at once. I think, we're meant to be in, like, small communities of, like, 100 people, tops, really. And being able to see a world with, what is it, 8 billion now? I think it's 8 billion. 8 billion people, there's so much suffering. And if you look for suffering, you will find it. And that is very easy to look for suffering on social media. It actually shows it to you without even looking sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I hope AI doesn't make the same mistakes social media does.
You think it will?
It may. it's unlikely to be a perfectly moral system. I mean, I hope they'll probably make mistakes in some areas and make the correct decisions in others. But
What do you think is going to be the correct and incorrect decisions?
I
Do you
see,
have any idea?
I see AI's best to use case being as a safety net. So I think I think a lot of human interactions should stay the same, but I think AI can help reduce the risk and the occurrence of bad events more so. So I think like it could serve really well to
Like a Jiminy Cricket, almost.
like a Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
What is that? That's like the cricket in like a Disney movie, right?
Yeah, the Pinocchio one, the conscience. That was like, hey, I'm going to give you some good advice. Maybe you should listen to me. Question mark?
Yeah, maybe.
I think so. Because then you're ultimately still making the choice on your own. You just have a better informed opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think AI, I don't know. Imagining the best case scenario of AI is fucking crazy. Like, it could literally know every person and their wants and like represent their needs and wants so well compared to anything else if we had a very powerful AI system running things, or at least heavily contributing to them. Like, it's such a good tool, it's almost hard to refuse.
True. Pretty crazy. I think we're going to be okay.
I think it's gonna be fine.
I think people are really conscious about not fucking it up.
It's the things we don't worry about that usually
Yeah.
come to bite us in the ass.
Yeah. Probably just because we don't know better.
Yep.
And then we learn, and then the next time we do a little bit better.
Yep.
I think social media was like a stepping stone where we really messed up, and now we're not going to mess up.
Very few people, yeah. Very few people are like super worried about there being like a bunch of websites that you could just like, post and catch up with your friends. Like, people are like, oh, that's pointless. Like, who's gonna use that? I don't remember seeing much about people being really worried about them.
Yeah.
And look where that got us.
And now we're at the very least thinking about AI.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of cultural harm social media caused. I think with the depression, sadness, anxiety from earlier. I don't know. The less I use social media, the better my life is, honestly.
Dude, I gotta get off YouTube Shorts. I'm not gonna lie. It's irritating me.
Yeah?
It's so addictive.
It really
It's
is.
so addictive. It's not good. I wish there was a way I could just disable Shorts.
Yeah, I've heard people say that about Instagram Reels, too.
I mean, I just don't go on Instagram Reels.
Yeah, that's the move.
But I go on YouTube pretty frequently. Honestly, maybe I just use YouTube less.
Or using it on desktop can be good, too.
That might be the move. I think I use it on desktop and don't really use my phone.
I actually tend to use social media when I want to use it on browser because it's slower. And if social media is less snappy and takes longer to load, you're more likely to get bored of it than if it's a really easy experience.
I think I just want to use my phone less.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like I don't have an addiction, but like the scrolling is kind of fucked.
What I've done is I've made programs on my phone so that when it's in a certain focus mode on iPhone at least, which I can schedule for certain parts of the day at certain parts of the week, it goes gray. It's like when I'm at work, it's gray.
I have that, I just keep turning it off. I think if I leave it on, it'll be effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have the habit of not turning it off.
Yeah. I was like, well.
Because it's always like one video you want it to be like in color, and then you forget to turn it off. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could make it refresh every minute, auto turn off. Or auto turn back to grayscale.
That's probably the move.
Yeah. There's probably some program.
I bet I could do it. I have to change my passwords when I go back though.
Yeah, dude. Internet security is hard. It's very difficult to keep a password secure. Google, like, even, you use Chrome, right?
Yeah.
Google has this thing where you can even check for, like, if you keep your passwords in Google's keychain, you can check to see if some of your passwords have been compromised in known data breaches. And yeah, some of your passwords probably are compromised, to be honest.
What was that?
That was just my battery pack falling out of my pocket. Not a big deal.
Alright.
What are you eating? I don't think you ever talked about that.
I got the honey and I got some Ruffles.
What kind of Ruffles?
Cheesy.
Sour cream and cheese?
Yeah.
That's a good flavor.
Pretty goated.
They're pretty goated. They're hard. I've never met a hater, honestly.
I fuck with the LeBron chips, bro.
Those are the LeBron chips?
Yeah.
He likes those?
No. There's a Ruffles, like, I think it might be the hot sour cream and cheese.
Huh.
That just has LeBron's face on it.
That goes hard.
And I fuck with the LeBron chips.
How could you not?
I don't know, bro. I think you gotta be, like, a massive hater to not fuck with the LeBron chips. Like, grade A hater, bro.
Grade A hater.
100%.
LeBron's so goofy, man.
He really is.
He seems like such a goofy fella.
I think he's genuinely funny.
Yeah. Also, I feel like when you're that good at basketball, you can afford to just be a little goober, and like nobody can really question you. Like, what are they gonna do? Roast you? Like, you're the best.
You're LeBron.
Yeah, like.
You'll be like, I can do what I want.
Yeah. If I want to be silly and make fun of myself, I can. It just makes him look all the better, honestly. I don't know. I think when you're like at the top like that, I feel like a lot of people end up just sometimes like going out the deep end and being super cocky, or they end up just being like really nice and like not giving a fuck.
Dude, I have a conspiracy theory.
What's that?
I think LeBron, his career is getting shafted by being on the Lakers. Because the Lakers can't build for shit, bro. They can't develop players. So they can never actually build a good team around him. Which is why he was only able to win one time when they got the super team of, like, kind of, and a pandemic. It required a pandemic and, like, a bunch of stars past their prime to help LeBron out.
Man, I don't even know enough about basketball to say.
Dude, but the Lakers are so dog shit at developing their players. I'm going on my rant. You had AI. I have LeBron.
You're this passionate about the Lakers.
I'm not. I just was talking about it last night at a Wingstop. So it's on my mind.
That's where those conversations happen.
100%. I got freeloaded fries from that Wingstop, bro.
Whoa.
I spun a little wheel.
Wingstop's getting popular, man.
Dude, they're chillers.
Yeah?
Dude, the cashier was an NPC, brother. Like, respectfully, the dude had, like, a funny voice and kind of looked like a video game character. And he, like, talked like a video game character.
He's just leaning into it.
Dude, he was like, yeah, bro. Like, I spun the free wheel thing, and it landed on, like, free ranch. And he looks at me and he goes, that's really lame. You can do it again. And I was like, yeah.
That's pretty based.
I was like, that's based. That's a video game character. I was like, I fuck with that.
That's like in the tutorial.
Yeah.
If you lose, the game's nice and doesn't want to fail you.
And then I got loaded fries, and he was like, I got you. And I was like, thank you, my brother.
That is based. Dude, I need to check out Wingstop. I've never been.
Dude, that would be a fun place to do one of these.
Yeah, we could do it.
I would like to go bougie pizza place next.
Hey, neighbor. Yeah.
That shit would slap.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We're both seniors in college. How are you feeling about graduating? I know you've got a little more to go in grad school, but
It doesn't really feel real.
yeah.
You know, like, it just feels like, alright, I'm moving to the next thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm gonna have that exact same mentality when I, like, go look for a job.
Yeah.
Because I already know there's good programs for teaching overseas that, like, kind of set you up, basically, as, like, a first-time, one-year experience. And then it's easier to get jobs after that, because you'll have networked a bit.
Yeah.
And, like, low-key, I don't mind doing one of those. Because then, like, I'd be spending, 20 to 25 hours a week teaching in a school that doesn't really have that high expectations for me. Being a completely new teacher, they just want, like, someone that speaks English. So I'd get paid, like, a decent amount, and I would learn to, like, teach in probably the hardest environment possible. You know?
Yeah, if you don't know the native language, that would be pretty tough.
Yeah, so if I can do that, I can do it anywhere. But then also, like, you can get by on not having super stringent classes while you learn the language, which is kind of gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is pretty nice. It'd be a cool way to experience the world, honestly.
Yeah, it's like I will do teaching, put in a decent amount of effort, but also, like, it's understandable I'm not going to be a perfect teacher.
Yeah.
I don't speak the language.
Yeah, kind of got to temper your expectations.
Yeah. Or it's like, and it's my first year.
Is
like,
that
I'm trying.
okay? I've heard people say like that's better, and for some people, like some schools would even rather have a non-native English teacher. Why is that? Like, do non-native English teachers or like English teachers who don't speak the native language really make better teachers?
It's low-key a combination of prestige.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's prestige. And I think a big complaint in a lot of these countries is like, hey, why are you paying the foreign teachers so much more than like the local teachers?
Well, that sucks, actually.
And I'm like, yeah, low-key, they should get paid the same as us. Yeah. I don't want the pay cut.
Is it like kind of a flex to say like we have an American teacher from an American university?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Especially if you have a master's.
Really?
I know a lot of places require a master's for teaching, but like there are some teachers that just don't have degrees. It's rare. It used to be more common 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But you just have to get a TEFL certificate, like teach English as a foreign language, and I got my shit in 2 days.
Really? It's that easy?
Yeah, I sped run it.
Holy shit, dude. It's insane how easy some professional certificates are and that people still actually value them.
Yeah. But like I will be doing like a program that will help me learn how to teach. Like I'll have a master's in education by then.
Huh.
So
that's sick.
I'll do that, spend like 20 hours a week in a classroom, like kind of doing supervised teaching by the end. And I feel like that would just translate really well to doing 20 hours a week in another country.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'd already kind of know how to do it. And I'll be like, all right, I've done this a little bit. I just have to keep doing it.
Those programs seem really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely would like to travel, but I think I'm going to have to put it off for a while, unfortunately.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. I don't know. I feel like people tell me, like, oh, this is your only chance. It's like, yeah, but it's also, like, pretty important leverage point in your career, too. I don't know.
I agree. I think you can do the traveling thing, but I think you gotta commit to it.
Definitely.
Like, it can't be something you do for, like, 2 years, really.
You think?
2 years, maybe. But, like, 3 years, you'll be 3 years behind a lot of other people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Like, traveling without a job.
And even with a job, you're setting aside opportunities you would have in the States.
Yeah.
And the States has a lot of opportunities.
Definitely. Very fortunate for that. Very opportunity-rich environment.
But, like, teaching works as a good platform to jump into other professions. Like, if you can be a teacher, you got, like, a mental capacity, bro. Like, deal with other humans.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, I got this.
That's a tough fucking job.
It really is, bro. But I don't think it has to be.
Why
So I
not?
was talking with my mom, and she's like, nah, at this point, this job's really easy. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I do all my work at school, so I don't bring anything home. And then she's like, and I just set up so I have multiple stations, so different students that like to interact with the world in different ways are able to do what they like pretty consistently.
That's cool.
So, like, that way, like, someone that's very visually minded might do a visual project, and someone that's very not that might do a different one.
That is cool.
And so students tend to be relatively engaged, and I like to do, like, big group reading things where I'll read out loud and they'll just follow along on the page. Because at the very least, they'll hear and see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, my roommate's sister was a teacher for a while. He was telling me, like, some of the kids she was teaching didn't even know how to, like, read.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, middle school. It's like, damn.
Because people don't care about our education system.
Yeah, man. It's really important, though. That's just really important. It's very important to get educated. I don't know.
But I think teachers are whispering among themselves. And I think they can change it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an internal thing. I'm at 15%. How did that happen?
Is it not charging?
Nah. What a great podcast.
Yeah, maybe when it dies, the podcast ends.
Well, I don't know if it'll
This is
stop.
very, very natural way.
Yeah, that
for
would
it
be
to
interesting.
go.
Okay, it's still charging.
Okay, cool.
What a great interruption.
Yeah.
I think like teachers could fix it if like teachers that really cared got into positions of power.
I hope so. She's just getting them there. A lot of people who make education policy have never taught. It's kind of insane.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Actually bizarre.
Yeah. I don't think that should be happening. I think
We should not be putting like neurosurgeons in charge of the dentist department. You know? That makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough in America with education. It's a weird thing where like our public education system is so non-prestigious, but we have the most prestigious colleges in the world. Like multiple of them.
We do have really good colleges.
Like it's weird. Like it's such a weird contradiction. I guess it's just like reflective of our inequality though.
Yeah, but more and more people are going to college.
Yeah, more Gen Z people for sure.
So I think we'll be okay.
I think though it might just lead to like a lot of people who like really love education and are really well educated, and a lot of people who just really dislike education.
Yeah, but shouldn't we then just put in charge the people that really love it?
I mean, I think so, but I think it's just bad if there's unequal education. And like you have a section of the population, usually men, honestly, who value education less.
The thing is, we have a knowledge-based system where it's just memorize, rather than a value-based system which builds you up as a person.
In our education system?
Yeah. Native American philosophy with education is about building yourself up as a human being and the community and ecosystem you inhabit. And it's really tied to the place you live in and how you treat it. You gotta treat it really, really well. I think that's super valuable to raise someone like that. Like skills like, I think at this stage in our technological ability, like media literacy, you know, or how to resolve conflict, or like how to like tell what other people are feeling. Like these are really valuable things that everyone should be taught, because you can get good at them.
Yeah.
Like, we're social animals. We should teach each other social skills.
I'm interested. Like, what do you think about, like, I've kind of thought about this more and more. Like, I've started to wonder if, like, you know, the typical, like, American curriculum is, like, history, math, English, science, I would say. Like, those are kind of the four core. I've thought about this. I think, like, math should probably be replaced with coding. I think English should probably be replaced with understanding all sorts of media, not just books, but TV, interviews, more like...
I think English should be about effectively communicating and understanding each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it should be.
That might be a good way of putting it. I just think, like, the focus on books in our education system is, like, at this point, dated.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be more than just books. I think literary programs. I think media literacy in like video formats and knowing what information is reliable and what isn't is really fucking important, and is way more important than like reading the classics, even though classical novels can be great.
Yeah. And I would still encourage that, but like we should also incorporate other things.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, media literacy is just not as good as it should be, man.
The thing is, there are some books that have really valuable messages to share.
That's true.
Like, my mom read The Giver, read Wonder, read this book Dragon Rider, Zachary Beaver Came to Town, Maniac McGee. All of them dealt with really kind of serious topics that was important to establish for
What's going on there?
Bro, it's your charger.
I don't know. Anyway.
What next?
I don't know. Well, I'm glad the Israel-Palestine stuff seems to be de-escalating. I hope.
I think no one's gonna remember it by like August. I think we're gonna move on.
You think?
We did with Ukraine.
That's true. I mean, it just depends on how often people get like severely reminded of it. I think, in all likelihood, like it just kind of like I could see it dying out though.
Well, I
for
think
sure.
we're paying more attention to Ukraine
Now.
Yeah.
Are we?
The Russian offensive.
Yeah.
People are talking about it again.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I've just been out with meningitis for so long. I don't even know what's happening.
I feel like I've been hearing more Ukraine pop up on my feed.
But I don't know. Could that just be an algorithm thing? Because it thinks you're interested in Ukraine.
This is the major thing that has happened in the last like year and a half.
Ukraine.
Yeah, because it's kind of been a stalemate for a while.
Yeah.
With taking cities here and there.
Mhm.
But like this is a massive invasion that got pretty far. Like 50 to 100 miles of land gained in some places. Which is significant in this war. So the fact that Ukraine is finally pushing back and appears to be doing okay.
Yeah.
Seems to be good.
Yeah, it seems so. I definitely agree with that. I don't know, man. I wonder how that war will end.
How what will end?
The war.
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
I don't know. I think if the West has balls, they don't stop until like Ukraine takes back Donetsk and Luhansk. I think Russia keeps Crimea. If the West has no balls, they're giving up Donetsk and Luhansk.
Hopefully we don't give in to Russia. I just kind of want Putin to... I don't know, man. I gotta wonder when and if he'll be assassinated.
Do you think he will?
It's very possible. It's hard to rule out anything with him. But I think, like, a lot of his advisors seem to be turning on him. And he's had, like, a few, like, open statements of rebellion against him. And, like, he's managed to rebuff them so far, but it only takes one, you know? Only takes one to work, right? And it's like, how long can you be that much of an authoritarian and just kind of a jerk and paranoid guy and not have your inner circle betray you? Yeah. It's like Caesar almost, you know, like just figure eventually he's gonna get his.
Yeah, I think Caesar really overstepped. He made people scared of him. And then they attacked. I think you have to make people scared for them to do something violent.
That's true. I could imagine his inner circle being scared of him at this point.
I think if the U.S. starts to get really angry, I'm glad that we're most likely going to oh my god, this thing is so strange.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. But I think most likely we're gonna confiscate all the oligarchs' wealth. There's like 200 billion tied up in like seized assets that they're just gonna give to Ukraine. And like the oligarchs just lost $200 billion worth of net worth. Like they're gonna be pissed as fuck.
That is a lot of money for them. I hope so. I don't know. Russia just seems like it's in such a tough position, and it has been for so long. Like it's almost developed a very depressing national culture from what I've seen, and it makes me kind of sad to see like anecdotes of Russian culture just being very depressed and like hopeless.
Yeah, it's been like that for like 200, 300, 400 years. Actually, since the Mongols.
The Mongols were insane.
800 years ago?
Mongols are insane.
Really, bro. They were just so much more advanced than any other group on the planet.
Dude, they conquered so much.
Militarily, they were the most advanced group on the planet.
Were they for the time? I thought it was just militarily. I mean, it's probably not even a question.
It was cavalry until gunpowder gets invented and people start being able to shoot you off a horse.
Yeah, Mongol cavalry is cracked.
Yeah.
And Mongol horse archers especially were insane.
Oh yeah. Greatest marksman in the world.
Yep.
I bet they contributed to people really pushing for like guns.
Maybe.
Because they kind of get invented after the Mongols.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In China.
Huh. Maybe. I mean, yeah, China was invaded by the Mongols pretty severely, right?
Yeah. And then I bet they ship out the gun to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Didn't Europeans invent the gun?
No, I thought it was the Chinese.
I think they invented gunpowder, but they initially used it for fireworks.
Yeah, but I think they turned fireworks into guns.
I don't know. That's cool though. Yeah, the Mongols are fucking cracked. It's insane how many empires rose and fall. Rose and fell. Like the Roman Empire, dude, they were so big, and like the aqueducts they had, the Roman bathhouses.
I've seen them.
Yeah, dude. Like for that time, I mean, the amount of luxury they had was insane, and I don't know. I wonder like how close they were to like turning the corner and becoming like a technological society like our own. Like they had to have been pretty fucking close to like how close do you think the Roman Empire was to inventing computers?
Not close.
Really?
Yeah. Like they were fully an expansionist society.
Mm-hmm.
They relied on conquering and like extracting wealth.
Hmm.
They weren't good at inventing things.
Really?
They kind of just copied culture.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most
aqueducts are an exception, though, I think.
Yeah, some of the most powerful societies have done that. Just copy the elements of culture that works. Just appropriate a bunch of shit. Like the Mongols did that, the Romans did that, America did that. Do you think we're like America is comparable to the Roman Empire?
No.
Really?
Rome was elite. Only a few people were doing anything. And the majority of the people didn't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever happens, you're basically up to the whim of a very small cabal of families.
Interesting.
So that can lead to like family rivalries or authoritarian figures when they're not spread out, like the power.
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't do that in America. I think Trump's an exception.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's very family-based. The guy loves his daughters.
Yeah.
That's true, though. Like, I mean, although, like, I guess this is more Greece, but, like, Athens had the first democracy, as far as I know. Or, like, one of the first democracies. There's probably others.
Mm-hmm. And I think democracies are broken. I think they're the most successful way of running a country.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah, they're...
Look at everywhere that's not, bro.
Democracy is an awful form of government. It's just better than every other one we've come up with so far.
Yeah.
I love that saying. I think it's pretty true. Democracy has so many flaws, but it's so much better than some of the historical alternatives like monarchies or...
Yeah. And it's like, I don't mind a representative democracy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, I don't want to care about everything. So I'm going to leave you to make sure you do the right thing. You better do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that concept is good, can be good in practice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it currently is, but I like that model.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting tired.
You want to end it?
I think I'm good to end it. Nice chill episode.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah.
All right, 35 minutes. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right, goodbye.
Later.